Hey guys, it's Kayleigh. In today's video, I wanted to show you how I highlight my hair at home. Now, this is a question that I've been getting asked a lot about from you guys, and I used to go to a salon to get my hair done, but I wanted to start doing it myself because it is a money saver. It is so much cheaper, and I have been doing so much research trying to basically figure out how to do it myself. So I have figured it out, and I'm going to show you guys how I do it in this video. So to get this look, it only cost me $6.99. I'm going to be showing you guys all of the products that I'm using, the technique that I personally like to do for my hair, and it's really, really easy. I promise you guys, something that you could definitely do at home yourselves. So let's go ahead and get started. These here are my Luxy hair extensions. When I first ordered them, they were Chestnut Ombre, but I recently dyed them with Garnier Nutrisse True Red hair dye because I wanted the ends to be red, but the only problem that I had with this is that my natural hair was really light. So the highlights that I had gotten done by my stylist in March, they're still there, they still look awesome, a little bit faded, but it was either I had to dye the ends of my hair true red to match my extensions or do what I did in this video to get the extensions to match my highlights. First thing that you want to do is get your gloves on. I have 1 2-clip, 2 4-clips, and 2 3-clips that I will be dyeing today. So this is a cool little hanger that you can adjust. I like using this to secure onto my hair extensions, and then I'll take my little piggy bank or whatever you have that has some weight to it, put it on top of the hanger so that way as you're dyeing and kind of pulling the hair, it's not going to move. The dye I'm using is by Garnier Nutrisse Multi-Lights Highlighting Kit, and it comes with a triple nourishment avocado and olive and shea oil conditioner that is amazing, by the way. This tiny little brush, an instruction manual with your gloves, which always happen to be a little too big for me, so I put on my own gloves, and then it comes with a powder developer and then the cream developer. I'm also going to be using tin foil for this so that I can separate my hair extensions from each other so that the dye doesn't get everywhere. The dye itself is really easy to prepare. All you have to do is empty the contents of the cream developer A into the tray first, open with a pair of scissors the packet of powder developer B, pour that into the tray as well, and then you just mix that all together with the little brush that it comes with until there are no clumps. So I'm doing this on my floor. I've already put trash bags down to protect my floor. Also, you got the tin foil, which I will be laying underneath and over top of each hair extension. So now onto highlighting the hair. You guys can see that I'm just holding the hair taut. So this is a 2-clip extension, so I'm only going to split it into 2 separate parts. I'm first brushing from the mid shaft of the hair, then working my way upwards and then all the way to the ends. I'm doing basically 1 stripe on one side and 1 stripe on the other, and then I am just simply coating the ends of the hair really well with that dye, and I'm also kind of brushing the dye up into the middle so that way it mixes the 2 lines together and it all just blends in nice and seamlessly once it's all rinsed out. So I did not like using this little brush here. I ended up using this brush that came with my Clairol touch-up kit that I use for my roots on my actual hair. So this was so much easier to apply the product. Once the dye was finished, I put tinfoil over top, and then I got my next extension ready. So this is a 3-clip weft, and I'm going to be splitting it into 3 different sections. Alright, so once you've got the hair extensions secured, you're just going to do the same process as before, except as you can see, it is so much easier to do when you have a brush. I'm holding the hair taut, so that way it's easier to apply the dye exactly where I want it. Using very short brush strokes and just working my way gently from the mid shaft of the hair to the roots, back to the ends, and then making sure to really, really saturate the ends of the hair with the dye because that's the part that I definitely want to be really bright. The technique that I'm doing is called balayage, which you guys may have heard of before. Maybe you do it yourselves. I am not a professional at all by any means, so I'm just doing what I think is right for my hair, and it turned out great, which is why I'm showing you guys exactly how I did it. But this technique is definitely the way to go, I think, when you want really natural, subtle looking highlights that basically look like you have sun-kissed hair, perfectly flowing highlights all throughout. I love how it gives an ombre effect as well, where you can still see the darker roots and then it gets lighter towards the ends of the hair. Once you are finished, you can go ahead and unclip your extension, put some tinfoil over it to cover it down. And the tinfoil also helps to keep the dye wet, because when the dye is wet, it's working. If the dye dries, it's not working. So this helps to kind of keep the moisture in so that the dye continues doing what I want it to do while I work on these other sections. Since this is a 4-clip weft, I am splitting it into 4 sections. You guys guessed it already, I'm sure. But the shortest part of the weft, the side that is near my face, I am going to be doing something different with that. I will be lining the 2 usual stripes down both sides of the hair that I'm holding taut, but then I'm also doing a line in the center. And then I'm saturating the ends and making sure to connect everything together in the middle there with whatever is left on the brush. And the reason I am doing 3 little stripes with this is because this is going to be around my face, so I want more highlights there. And I've already pre-cut my extensions. If you guys would like a video on how I cut my own extensions myself, I've been doing it for, I think, like 2, maybe 3 years now. I can definitely do a video on that. Just let me know down in the comments. And then the other 3 sections, I just do exactly the same as I did all the other pieces of hair. That 3rd little stroke that I did on that first piece of hair, I don't bring it up as high as the other 2, just because I don't want all of the highlights sitting in one spot. I want there to be some nice dimension going on there. So for the very last piece of hair, you don't have to do what you did on the first piece, because this is going to be sitting in the back of your head. So I just did the 2 stripes, connected in the middle, saturated the ends, and that was it. One thing I was really surprised about by the time I got to the last pieces of hair is how there actually was enough product in here to do what I wanted to do. So you don't have to worry about, needing to buy a second box, which I did buy just in case, because I ordered this on Amazon. But 1 box was good enough. I'm just going to throw in some more random tips for you guys. This is the last weft that I'll be showing on camera for you guys. It is another 3 clips, so I'll be only doing 3 sections. So one thing I would definitely recommend is to only pick up a little bit of product at a time and work it through slowly. This footage is all sped up 300 times. So that way I don't bore you guys to death. So keep in mind that you can be very patient with it. You can take your time with it. And you can make sure that the lines look exactly the way you want them to look. And have fun with it too. This is a process. It is an experience. It's fun. It literally feels like I'm painting. So, have fun with it and take your time. I wanted to talk a little bit about processing with you guys. So if you're not familiar with dyeing extensions, they are a lot thicker than your own hair is. So in my personal experience, what I have learned from dyeing extensions is that you cannot do the time that it says to process on the back of these, box dyes on these extensions. It's not going to be ready. You need to leave them on for longer. So what I do is I usually double time whatever it says on the instructions. So for example, this one said 20 minutes. This is what they look like at 20 minutes, and it was not ready yet. I did 40 minutes and it turned out perfect. What I like to do is just rinse out all of the dye till the water turns clear, and then I'll just gently lay the extensions over my faucet there, so that way they can kind of drip whatever, waters, dye, whatever it is coming out back into the tub instead of anywhere else. And it's just really easy and convenient that way. So I just gently rinsed all of the extensions like this. Now, I will say that the red took so well to the highlights. It was the exact color that I wanted it to be. The darker part of the hair extensions did not take as well. So I am thinking I may want to redo this again and only do the highlights on the darker part of the hair and not on the ends, just to get the darker part to come through a little more. But I love the way that it turned out. Just for you guys, for reference, if you want the darker parts to be a little lighter where you highlighted them, you may need to go through again and do this process again if you are using this box dye and you don't want to go and get anything else. So once I finished going through with the conditioner, I did that through each hair extension individually, and then I went through with whatever product was left in the conditioner, saturated the hair extensions with that. Leave it on for 30 minutes to really deep condition and hydrate the hair. It says, you know, you're only supposed to leave it on the hair for 2 minutes, but I like to do like basically a deep condition mask and leave it on the hair extensions for about 30 minutes, and then I'll come back and rinse it out like you guys can see me doing here, and your extensions will feel amazing. I'm telling you guys, you'll be like totally shocked. They feel even better than they did when I first got them. Once you're finished with all the rinsing and drying, I just kind of gently squeezed as much water as I could out. I lay them flat on a towel on my floor, and I just brush them straight. That way they don't dry wavy, because I like them to dry straight, and then I like to do my own waves with them with a curling iron. And I just let them dry overnight, and this is what they look like in the morning after I brush them through again. So as you can see, beautiful color. The box dye did great. It is exactly how I wanted it to be. I just wanted to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please leave a thumbs up down below, and also let me know down in the comments how your experiences have been with either using box dye or, you know, using different products and dyeing your hair at home. Have you guys ever tried dyeing hair extensions? Let me know what you guys do or have done, or maybe are thinking of doing, down in the comments below. So yes, I may, if I want to go a little lighter for the summer, I may go through, like I said, with a second box of dye, focusing only on the darker roots of the hair. And I don't know, I guess I could document it if you guys want me to. Eventually, I do want to lighten my own hair up as well, and I will definitely film that as well for you guys. But thanks for watching. Leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment down below and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.